Alright, we're here. We're live.
Up, down.
Make sure all the links are screaming in their various directions. Yes, they are. Perfect. One day I'll have a stream deck and I'll be able to just press a button to post a link in like 7 chats. I believe in the dream. Okay, fine. Yeah, how are you guys today? How are you, chat and friends here?
I've been having so much fun.
You have gone completely insane this week and it scares me.
I'm so happy.
I am legitimately terrified.
I'm proud of myself, but I think I could do better next time. So this is just like, let's see how much I can do next.
Listen, I am completely sure with more time, you would have finished. Oh, God.
So what we got is fun, so yay.
Oh, yes, and everybody here will be able to experience it shortly. This week has felt so long to me. Like, this weekend, ugh. Just the rainy weather killing me.
We got, like, heat wave warnings over here.
Last night I just caught myself staring out the window because there was, like, a lightning storm, but it wasn't coming down, it was just jumping in the clouds. But it was, like, constant. So I just stared through the open window, just like, yep, that's lightning. There it goes. One of them will come down and destroy us all. Hi, Shock Foxy. Yes, maybe this will be the finalist of the fantasies, but maybe not also. We've gotten to, we're really outpacing the games though, we're at 37. I actually don't know how many there are total with spin-offs. And sequel bait, like 13 did. Honestly, I don't know how 13 got 3 games. Not because, like, they're bad, I haven't played them. But just, they had a really violent reaction to those. Yet they managed to get out 3 full fucking games, with DLCs. I mean, to be fair, like, I think it was the second one that had the best DLC ever, where, you know, Gilgamesh got a Glock. Yeah, Evil Twin. I know there are quite a few Final Fantasy spin-offs, not counting movies. It's like Crisis Core, Dirge of Cerberus, and I'm sure there's more. Hey Lexi, welcome. Make yourself comfortable. As we have something really nice for you all today. Besides the game. Like, I like to hope you guys are enjoying it and think that's nice too. But besides that, there are other nice things involved. Glockamesh.
I like that one.
Also, what the with this? There is like a little... I'm not gonna finish that sentence. There is a lowercase d on the side of my screen and it won't go away. It doesn't affect anything because the screen cap cuts it off.
Oh.
But I'm just like, why are you there? You've been there for like 2 weeks. What are you? How did I accidentally put you on my screen?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Because you can't see it. It's only on my version of the application.
13 was part of the Fabula Novus Crystallis project, which was about trying to make a bunch of Final Fantasy games in the same universe. Basically, It got sequels because it was intended to from the start.
Ah, okay. They were already signed off on. Though, I mean, like, them being signed off on doesn't stop other things from getting canceled. I guess they were just committed enough to it. Or they had it in writing a certain way where they had to. Because when it comes to also... They've got the actual Evil East project, too, where that's got a good, decent amount of games to it. How many is it now? I want to say, like, 5, 6? Your house needs the tea. God damn it.
There's also the idea that Square Enix tries very hard to retain the image of Final Fantasy, so they could have also went through with it to redeem 13.
To be fair,
Well,
from what I know
difficult
of
to pull
13...
that one off.
What I know of 13, the opinions shoot up after, though, that one. Lotus Gold?
Yeah.
No, I don't think 15 and 13 have anything to do with each other, at least anymore. It was, I think it was, what is 15 now is going to be called 13 Versus. And then that got put in development hell for so long that it got completely transformed into 15 by the time it actually came out.
Yeah.
That man is still upset to this day, as he puts his fucking 13 Versus OC in Kingdom Hearts as a super boss.
Sure did.
Maybe Lotus, like, as far as I know, they're not related. My knowledge on them is, again, besides the development history, wiggly woggliness. When it comes to the Final Fantasy series, 15 and 13 are definitely ones I'm lacking in, because I've never actually fucking played 15 or 13. I have them both on my PC.
15's okay, I guess.
You're gonna need to bribe me a lot to play them. Or I'll eventually get to them in my own time.
13, I'd say just fucking eat that shit.
That's why I said bribe me.
Just wait for Crazy Fox. It's fine. He's got this.
Listen, I haven't seen Crazy Fox in the chat that often anymore. I miss him. It's very lonely.
Vacation though. He was off on the cruise.
Is he still on that cruise? I thought he was back already.
I think he's back. I've been so busy myself.
I've been so busy, I don't actually know.
Yeah, maybe they spent a little bit too much in that cruise and they need to like rebuild their empire.
As for now, though, we come back onto the table with the loveliness of the winter shot brought to you by Squeaky.
Need a summer one though. Summer's coming.
We're gonna need a summer one with Kijo in it.
Yes.
Man, could you believe it? The katana in the background was
Obligatory
foreshadowing.
beach episode when?
Oh, it is!
The katana was foreshadowing all along. The katana was foreshadowing, everybody. This is what I choose to believe now.
Yes, canon.
A secret katana. Thanatos, after all of these times opening up on it, only now do you notice that Juliet is tripping Katsu.
Yeah.
But, you know what, before we do anything too crazy, hey,
Juliet is wonderful.
here's your bribe. Very good job. Take this.
Yay! Oh! I was expecting a coin.
No, not for that. Just don't make this a habit or it will go back down to coins.
I could farm these.
Ha.
Also, it's okay, guys. Just don't worry about Juliet's lack of a tail in this picture. It's always just been off screen.
Yeah, the cape is covering it, you see.
But yeah, here is our delightful crew as we refocus in on the squad. As for recap today, it's already been dealt with. As
Partially.
mostly.
Mhm.
Like
Did what
80%.
Mhm.
80% on a whim. Calm down. As we're gonna have to stop the music. As for you guys, we have a little visual spectacle for you today. As Din, in her infinite wisdom, has clipped parts of the session and done some quick arts to complement most of it. And we are just going to listen to this for recap. Because Din has no chill.
Done.
Sure.
Do I make it work? Do I
Hmm.
talk to this other Mimi? Do I fight them?
Good question. I can't quite remember exactly.
Before we keep it going, just as a friendly reminder, we come into the scene of Mimi and Nihilus about to make a terrible, terrible decision. I mean, wonderful decision. Nothing could have possibly gone wrong. It would have been perfect. Of potentially having Mimi glare into the darkness of her soul.
How do I make it work? Do I talk to this other Mimi? Do I fight them?
Good question. I can't quite remember exactly how it went. I remember
Listen,
everything before that, though.
the only
where
way
we
to
went
truly
to a deep,
exercise your
dark
free
to a
will is
deep
to make
room,
bad
a
choices.
manor, a huge circle of
True.
knights, a binding circle, the artifact we use for it. And we don't have the artifacts, but I could maybe work. I think this has never been tried before. I don't know what's going to happen. I confess I'm not entirely confident about this. Now that I'm thinking more about it, actually. Need some help on this one. I don't know what happens to me. Maybe waiting until we go further north. I'm just worried about all the potential problems this would cause now. You know, the loss of our souls. That would be problematic for either of us to accomplish what we want.
Yeah, be ideal.
But until then, there's other ways, surely, that you can help yourself become stronger.
Won't be as strong as you guys though.
Mimi, if you keep spending your life trying to compare yourself to everyone, you'll never be good enough. I don't compare myself to someone like Hammer, or Kijo, or a Sphere, or Trin. I'm strong in my own ways, and I recognize everyone's strong in their way. The very first time I picked up this sword, Mimi, I didn't know what I was doing. Didn't know how to swing it right. Didn't know how to stand right. Just flail around with it, really. I learned. What do you think you're good at, Mimi? Have you ever explored what your hobbies are? What you like? What do you want?
She'll just look puzzled, like, holy fuck, what do I want?
You need to explore what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. How about potion making? I think one of your weaknesses is that you lack self confidence. What are you going to do when we save Luminous Wing's souls and they can finally go to rest?
I guess I'll tag along with you guys and help you. Well, whatever you may need.
But you're not just you're not the healer of the group. You're not just some person that we just need to just be there. We want you to be happy too. We want you to want for things. I don't need to be a sphere to see that there are some problems, some things you don't talk about, things you hide. And you're free to keep secrets. We all have our secrets. But if something is eating at you, there's something wrong, you can tell us, any of us. You don't need to shoulder all that alone. You know? Sometimes that's all it takes is someone to listen.
Meanwhile, inside, Kato has been strapped to the table, and Kijo is
Stop
preparing her
struggling!
katana. We are in public, please!
Kijo, please put the sword down. We are not dissecting him. We'll just have to conduct a physical, really.
I mean, yeah, that works. Don't I get a say in this?
I mean, do you want to keep your knickers on or off? Actually, no, keep them on, please.
Yes, I would very much like to keep them on. Wait, no, I want to keep all of my clothes on. Wait,
Kijo!
Kijo, where are we going?
Wait, give them back!
Eli looks at these two. Hello, friends! As Sakura looks horrified, and Hammer's eyes sparkle at the small automaton. As Kato gets tossed over at you, you just absentmindedly hold out your arms for a moment, and then you're like, wait, this is a whole ass man, and you go tumbling to the floor with him on top of you.
You can get off now.
Yeah, right, of course. As rather than open her door, she goes straight to the end of the hallway, opens the window, and yeets out.
Do we still study him, or...?
I don't know, do you two want to, have a little, partner time?
I got a bit excited, okay? It's just...
You mounted me on the table, in front of everyone.
Why did you have to say mounted? How about this? How about we start with just a simple questionnaire? How about, let's,
Okay, I can answer
okay.
questions.
Okay, you say you just copy what they do. Like, what do you mean by that? Do you just suddenly think, I'm going to do that thing Nihilus does, and then you do it?
Kind of. I watch, and, after a while of watching, it makes sense to me.
What you could be doing, Kato, might not even be blue magic. Do you have any one of those notebooks, Juliet?
I mean, I have a lot of notebooks.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I still think we should do some sort of examination, and I'll try not to be too intrusive. And I'll be taking notes, and I'll even... There, now it looks like I'm studious. Let's go, Kato.
I'll go get your book. You two have fun in your room.
We're trying to examine a phenomenon that could be an entirely new realm of magic altogether. And if so, this is a very important breakthrough discovery that could throw the whole world of magic in for quite a loop.
Oh yeah, just make sure to get a real good look while you're doing it.
I just said it wasn't going to be intrusive. I swear it won't be intrusive.
Okay. I believe you.
Totally done examinations on people before.
Oh, how did those go?
I'm lying.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Okay, let's go.
Icho? Did you just jump out of a window? Let's see what's going on.
After a bit of running, you notice Nihilus riding on Boko after you.
Why are so many people obsessed with climbing buildings?
It's a Doman thing.
Why are you running away? What happened? Did something happen? Is there danger? I don't like the fact you're taking so long to shake your head yes or no. I'd like to know why you were running.
As Kijo opts to play a game of charades with you.
So Trin is being difficult.
As she relaxes and gives you a firm shrug.
You think Trin's going to come after you. What did you do? Could you please put me down?
Boko will move and expertly catch Nihilus as there's a heavy quake from Nihilus's weight coming down on her back.
You threw someone at Trin.
Boko rubs their head against you, Kijo. All is forgiven, even though you threw Nihilus at them. As you are brewing this came to you far more naturally than you thought it might. Besides the exotic ingredients, this is really not that much more complicated than any other kind of drink you've made in the past. Well, after I got out of the woods, I just saw some travelers fighting some monsters, and when I watched the monsters fight, it just did the clicking a lot faster. I was remembering how to without really getting the why, like a reflex.
Or an instinct. Nihilus does not equal monster. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Mimi, Esphere, Juliet, Sakura, and then question marks because the click hasn't happened with them yet.
As you go and look up at him, he is in nothing but his boxers now.
Even though some scars fade with time, they're still even just a shade or two darker. But you've got nothing on it. Wait, where is it?
Where's what?
There's something that should be here! Your navel.
I don't know.
Just like, runs back to the desk, slams the notebook. What the fuck? There's no belly button. Do you
Notice what missing?
Look at him!
Where's his belly button?
Exactly!
Well, I'll leave you to thoroughly examine him and this amazing scientific discovery. Have fun, don't make a mess.
This was how I was connected to my mum. This is how everybody was connected to their mum. You don't have one.
What about, like, dragons? Yeah.
What about dragons?
Or, like, chocobos. They don't have belly buttons.
Are you a fucking dragon, Kato? Are you a chocobo? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I don't think so.
Have I been sharing a bed with a chocobo?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Don't you dare fucking judge for that, you bitch. What else are you missing?
What are normal things for people to have?
You had to have seen your fair share of some sort of battle, correct?
Yes. We killed a dragon.
I have no doubts you've at least fallen a couple of times and scuffed anything, right?
Oh, yes. During that fight with the dragon, it clawed me really good. Yeah, I was just cut open right here.
There's no scar, Kato.
I was healed?
Depending on how quickly they got to you, then I guess I could understand why they didn't leave a scar. Unfortunately, anything else that we could probably examine, I would rather not. I'm not making you take off your knicker. If to just simply sum everything down into one question, is what you think should be there?
I think so. You do see a bump.
Okay, there's something there!
Is it strange? Should we be worried?
You can put your clothes back on. I have taken note of all of the important things. Further study will be required. I have no way of knowing how. I will be inquiring to Professor Eli and seeing if he can give me some direction on how to proceed about things. Maybe he has pondered more on this and is able to shed some light. But yes, I think your male anatomy is intact, Kato.
Okay, that's good. I was worried for a moment.
I really hope you know what's supposed to be there.
I think I do. We have your delivery from the king himself.
Oh, that's so nice. You guys didn't have to deliver it. We could have come and gotten it.
The examination has been done, and we have Trin has discovered things, I think.
You sure everything went right?
I am definitely a man.
Oh, so the pants did stay. So the pants came off then.
We also learned I don't have a belly button.
Why?
No.
It is not normal for men. It is not normal for anyone, any mammalian creature, to not have a navel.
I'm just saying, maybe I'm a dragon and I just don't remember.
I doubt that.
Hato, are you a summon?
And what about Diabolos?
What about Diabolos?
Maybe Diabolos can look into his head. That can be how we look into his head and see if there's anything there. Maybe if there's anything still locked up, he can unlock it.
Kijo starts holding up her book, points it at Juliet mostly, but you guys are able to make it out with, who's that? We might have met a differently rational lady who may be bargaining with something we know as some kind of demon lord thing of nightmares. And we might be on his good side right now. A friend who's not here kind of upset him, apparently. I am a little nervous. I would like somebody with me. You try to be like, what if I do that pose?
Yeah, like,
try to do those things as nothing happens.
In case you ever get hurt and you don't want to say it, you can just heal yourself.
This actually tastes good. Potions back home tasted awful.
Oh, well, I used to do drinks back with, well, kind of added a few extra stuff to make it taste different.
Well, thank you. Again, I couldn't stomach the ones back home. I would only take it if it was absolutely necessary.
Well, I'll be sure to make more whenever I can.
This would be better than, well, juice for breakfast. As she just, like, awkwardly looks away, like, I'm trying to say it's really nice, but I don't know how to compliment people.
I've been told I'm supposed to have that power, and he kind of just... It's not fair, right?
No, how Kato does things is weird.
Maybe you can tell me how he did it, and maybe I can do that.
About earlier, you get what I was trying to say, right?
But I could do so much more though. If I just figure this out, I can help better. I can do this stuff, and then I can do the other stuff too.
Not everybody does things the same way.
I need to be more than what I am right now. Nyla says I'm really strong. I'm stronger than I know, and I have to be as strong as he thinks I am. And right now I'm not that. And if something goes wrong just because I can't use this...
You clearly can fight with your magic as well as heal and empower them. If you spread yourself out too much, you'll be good at nothing. Talking about wielding a blade, getting into the heart of a fight. And well, at that point, why stop there? Why aren't you learning how to use the bow? Why not Learn blue magic. Why not learn how to summon at that point?
Should I?
She looks down at you with a little bit of a more exaggerated frown than she usually has. Find the things that inspire you. Oh, hey, you two! What can I help you with today? Apparently you guys were attacked by ninjas? Bad break. Ah, good job. I wouldn't have expected any less from you.
I was also wondering if you made any progress with more of those link pearls. So you knew the whole time.
Knew what the whole time? Oh, Kijo, can I see this real quick? Just so I can get some figures out for you. So you were saying, Mr. Hero. I know what now?
About the princess. Dumb.
Yeah, she's missing. Yeah, here, Kijo, I have this on me. Here, right here. Honestly, great summer place. You and your crew could use some time off there, I bet.
Aw, thank you so much.
Managed to make one.
Look at you. I knew you could do it. I'm sure you'll use it in the worst case scenario.
こんにちは。
If that's all right with everyone.
Yeah.
To get my soul back in order would be appreciated.
Trin is definitely okay with that.
I'm okay with wherever you guys want to go.
So Trin would probably send a message to Eli about what they've recently learned about Kato.
That is quite curious. I'll get back to you on that. Going to lay down for the night.
Eli, enable security mode.
Alarm mode engaged. As Eli will start patrolling around.
It's like he has his own little dark side.
Mimi, you wake up the next day as, you know, you're like, come on everybody, wake up. As, you go to shake them as, nobody's waking up until you start moving the sheets. And, you find blood on their sheets as you go to check them all more deeply. Nobody is alive. Yeah, you go cast trying to get them up as darkness flows out of you, surging wildly and uncontrollably as it flows into each of their bodies, causing them to start contorting and jerking violently as one by one they start rising with that red glow in their eye as
She is panicking.
slowly they are all enveloped by darkness. And then
She's
you
just
feel
gonna
yourself swallowed by darkness. There is complete silence as you fall into nothingness. You find yourself back in the streets of Doma. A bunch of malnourished, filthy people looking at you as they all start making their way over to you. Each of them begging you for their help as they start pawing at you and clawing at you as they start picking you apart piece by piece until you hear screams from far off as a contingent of samurai starts washing over them, just slaughtering them all indiscriminately as they go by you and circle you.
Whee!
And does anybody want to pick up from there? Also, fucking glorious, beautiful. Thank you. That's the longest I've ever had to listen to my voice. I hated it.
I loved it.
No, it's beautiful. It's amazing.
Ha.
I adore everything about it. I just despise my voice. In the chat, one step closer to the anime production.
Goddamn right we are.
Everybody give Din love. Din deserves all the love.
Yes.
So if you donate for Jake's channel to get that VTuber model, we get to get this fully animated for your. That would be cool.
Wait, what? How are these two things related?
Yes, yes. It's your channel.
How are these related? You're the one who does these.
Shh, quiet. Shh.
And you do these without my consent. Not that you need it.
Fine, just slip me $20 under the table. Something's back.
Listen, it's been a while since the donation. I mean, I have $20 to slip you for it, but if Critical Role can do it. Yes, clearly if Critical Role can do it, we can too. 100%.
Sure.
But yeah, no, there was still a little bit that happened after that.
Yeah.
Would anybody like to volunteer to take the wheel?
Think I'm good. I've done enough.
All right.
I unfortunately did not prepare anything.
Squeaky, Anthony,
Mhm.
would one of you like to take the wheel, please?
Uh, that brain's a little mushy. I can't exactly remember what happened after the nightmares.
In the Trin's nightmare, Samara came and started killing everyone around, so she was okay. Then Uncle came and was like, "Yo, high five," and she was like, "Nah." So he slapped her, and she fell on the floor. She was looking at one of the dead bodies, and then she was also sunk in black. And Mimi was there.
Then
And then
after
they
that we
started.
go into Hello Demon Daddy time.
Oh,
There we go. Yep, Diablos was there then.
hold on here. Let me
And
go
he's all, yo.
Here we are, Big Daddy Nightmare.
Yeah. And he was using Kato as a squeaky toy.
He was very squishable.
So you have this guy here, and also that other guy who said no.
Okay, please, one person take the wheel. Please, somebody.
But anyway, I'ma go ahead and fuck with your dog's head for a bit, 'kay? Cool. And so he did. There was a bunch of screaming or something.
Kato got to remember things. It was a great time for all involved. And by that I mean, Trin and Kato were probably deeply traumatized.
Yeah, there's a lot going
And
on.
also
Kato
much
was
backstory magic as we get to see the events like a movie.
and all that while hearing Kato scream.
At which Kijo breaks the fourth wall or something.
Oh yeah, they did.
And just kinda shows up.
Nose dives in like a boss. I'm just also gonna, at this point, take your lucky flips and replace it with this nice Surge of Light here. Because if I give you the $2, then you're at 10.
But recognizing this wasn't really her spot, she figured, you know what? I'ma just watch. So she did.
Gonna non-intrusively watch these traumatic memories be brought back.
She may have
And there
had...
was much screaming.
Yes.
And slurping. So turns out Elf Boy is actually Ancient Boy.
Oh, come on. What elves aren't ancient? That's just stock standard when you think about it. But you know, like, look at this baby. This baby can't be more
Who was
than
all chummy with
18.
Hades and Anuo.
Oh, right. I just realized I forgot to turn back on the music. Fixed it.
Until he decided to do a dumb thing that was apparently not his choice to make. And everything got all whoosh. What does that? Good question.
I'm sure with time, the finer
So
points
anyway,
of his
something
life.
happens, kinda vague on that.
With time, he'll remember the finer points of his life. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. Depends. Do you guys want to do this to him again?
And then Nuo is making an elf in the resurrection vat from Breath of the Wild, and Trin is like, oh so yeah, he definitely has a dick.
Uh-huh. Yep.
It's alright. We know he's a boy. It's been confirmed, it's canon.
While Kijo is also there.
As to simplify the rest. After that, the dawn had come.
I tried.
Everybody had started preparing their stuff. And all of you are here, gathered around having a nice warm breakfast together. As we're gonna return to that.
No, wait. There was a smooch. There was this very important smooch in the camp.
What? No, nothing like that happened. What are you talking about?
How dare you skip that most important part?
They should really watch last session and find out about this smooch that is so devastatingly important. It's got a week on Twitch. But again, all of you guys come together, back at the breakfast.
So I heard there were spinach puffs.
There were in fact spinach puffs, brought to you by Nihilus. As you guys have breakfast, is there anything you want to go over while you're together, or will we collect you all up and get moving on?
Mimi is a little calm, but she's not really talking. She's just quietly eating.
I'm not sure what there is to still talk about.
A lot of last night wasn't actually talked about.
It wasn't? No. Probably bad with mush brain. How did the nightmares go? After we know Hammer's name? No. Something about Kato. Is there anything else we want to talk about? Gonna guess not.
As at this point, you guys will enjoy your breakfast, and you'll start getting ready to... Wait. Okay. I thought something yeeted for a moment. It only looked like it did.
Yeah, eat.
As through the link pearl you hear, how do you make these? As I believe Kijo is referencing the spinach puffs that she has claimed.
Oh, they're very simple, actually. He then proceeds to explain how to make spinach puffs. I don't fucking know how to make a spinach puff in my life.
As I'm sure making spinach puffs is a very sophisticated art.
Probably easiest fucking shit.
Only the grandest of chefs could possibly fathom how to create.
It takes like fucking half an hour.
Actually, if it's the spinach puffs that I know about, that like this really sweet Greek man that's a friend of Jester's parents is to be believed, it's actually pretty labor intensive because you're dealing with a lot of like flaky pastry.
I guess it's one of the most difficult things on Earth. I don't know, man. I just know Emperor's New Brew.
As Nihilus imparts the ancient wisdom of spinach puffs to you all. As with that, breakfast will start winding down, and you guys will pack up camp.
An hour.
Huh.
The Kronk ones are about an hour.
Neat. Now I know.
And I guess you'll start going along.
Yeah.
As we'll see what happens today. And by the dice... Also, wow, is it just me or is this louder than last time? It's at the same volume. As while you guys are traveling, today will be relatively uneventful. Given where you are in the world right now, you aren't exactly as paranoid about getting jumped. You do notice a patrol of guards and such, like, making their way along. As you guys continue to travel, you will eventually reach for the night, if you guys would like to stay here or keep going.
Isn't where the... That's where the Warrior of Light's crystal is.
Yeah, it's directly on your path. You're right here right now.
I wonder if the crystal... I wonder if the Warrior of Light is around again. Or not. Should we go check?
You mean the crystal?
Yeah.
Did we, like, leave it in some tavern as an ornament?
Well, that's the town we're in right now.
Yeah, in some tavern.
I'm not entirely sure what they did with it. We can check.
As in your heads you hear the Warrior of what now? From everybody's reliable murderous Kijo.
Uh,
I guess we could, but what is there to really be gained from it?
we give other people the ability to see the things we can see. So apparently that's not an innate gift.
Hmm.
And who knows? Maybe, I don't know, the Warrior knows something about what we're dealing with. Be nice to see if they're awake again. If anything.
Kijo, as you look between everyone, you, Mimi, and actually a vast majority of the party have no idea what they're talking about.
Oh yeah, it's just like a Trin and Nihilus thing right now, isn't it? This is before you met everyone.
As Juliet even only saw it after the fact when it was just a giant crystal.
Oh, right, the Warrior of Light. It's been so long, Jake, even I've forgotten what your take on the Warrior of Light actually is, so...
It was a talking crystal. It said it was a hero. It gave you some of its light as an empowerment, and then you guys were actually able to see people glowing with light.
And darkness.
No.
Why do we see... Why can I see...
I've said you can see it.
Okay.
Just that.
And Mimi.
Okay, I think I get it now. I guess now it's just essentially just blurb that out to the fucking NPCs. You know, they're kind of famous, so... And they've been helpful.
Only kind of.
Well, they let us see the spark of light in people. Maybe it'll work with other people. You know.
Well, don't hype them up too much. Let's go see Let's go see a fancy rock again.
Alright, sounds like a plan. As Hammer will pick himself up. As you guys go to the tavern.
Yeah.
As you arrive. Still on its pedestal created by a sphere. Looking a bit nicer now. They took the time to spruce up around it. It sits there with only the faintest glow, and one moment. There we go. A small collection of Imperial mages around it. They seem to be poking at it, drawing ritual circles in the ground, taking notes.
Don't all drop your jaws onto the floor.
I expected the mages here.
As after a few moments, one of them looks over. Can we help you with something, citizen? The tavern's under Imperial control for the moment.
We're just here to see if the crystal if the warrior was awake again. But it seems like they're still dormant.
Yes, this town's looks back. Unusually large magicite seems to be rather drained.
Unfortunate. What, may I ask what you're all doing here?
We were sent here under the Empress's orders to provide more security for the area.
Well, that's good. This place needs more protection. I was just like staring at the crystal, like, wow. And looks to the others. Well, it was a lot more talkative when we last were here.
As
Sorry.
Ijo seems a lot more disinterested now than she was before, as Sakura and Juliet are both just like, yeah, whatever. Kato just having his usual empty expression. And Hammer is like, but it's so shiny!
It was shinier once, but I guess this was a waste adventure. I'm sorry for the detour.
I mean, we are having a detail for a reason, right? Aside from this.
Being here isn't necessarily a detour, it was right on the path for you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
Looking over here. You were traveling this way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said never mind. I just misunderstood.
Nope, has always been straight on the path. You stopped by here the
Yeah.
first time you left too.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess you were right, Trin. We should probably find a place for the night.
As in your heads, you
Oh,
also
man.
hear. So should I take care of these? Oh, okay, never mind. Unless
And on the link called, no, they're Imperial Magi, they're fine. I guess. I don't know what they're doing. Not that there's anything that seems it can't be done.
unless you guys want to do anything here with them or the crystal, you will have to find a place to stay for the night, given, this town is not huge, and this is the tavern.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go looking for somewhere to stay, or?
Yeah, probably. It's a good idea.
As you guys start asking around, there are no real roles required here. You guys are basically considered the saviors of the town. At least 2 of the 8 of you are. And that's enough for them. As with a bit of asking, they'll say that one of the villagers will mention, well, there's a barn outside of town. After everything happened, a few of the people decided to move on.
Well, what's
Haven't found
it?
anybody who can stay there yet, but you can help yourselves to it.
Well, it's...
Better than nothing.
We'd be happy. Thank you for your hospitality.
Yeah, he fumbles with himself for a moment. Takes out a key. Here's how you can get in and out. It's not much of a place, but it'll keep you comfy for the night. Otherwise, just leave the key there when you go. We'll clean it up after you.
Right? We won't make too much of a mess. Well, just like take the key. Yeesh. Well, this place did seem good. It's sad to see here that this place is losing people.
I can't blame them with all the mess that happened.
The goblins, the shrine, or monsters.
It really hasn't been that long.
Some people are fast to flee.
Some people think we're a little bit cursed given the crystal losing its light.
Well, I'm sure its light will come back soon, someday.
I think those people are just a little too superstitious for their own good.
Well, I'm sure Earl will turn around.
Yeah, I'm sure too, given time. He'll press the key into your hand. If you need anything else, just let us know.
Thank you.
So you guys will head to this little farm. Again, it's a little bit out of the town proper. It's not like a huge town. It's mostly a little like trading hub surrounded by farmsteads. Unless you guys want to do anything, you'll get settled in for the night and have a good night of rest.
This
She's
immaculate
gonna
Mitch.
go wander out. She's gonna go look for some stuff.
As Mimi and Kijo will both opt to start wandering off.
It's a tiny town. They can't possibly get into too much trouble. We'll be fine.
As Trin, Nihilus, anything else you guys want to do?
No, not really.
Yeah. I'm fine.
As the others a little bit confused, but we'll be like, I'm sure there's no trouble these two can get into around here. As Mimi, Kijo, what would the two of you like to do?
Oh.
Is that what you want to do? Kijo? Is that what you're going to do? As you debate, Mimi, what are you doing?
She's gonna go out of town, and she's gonna start looking around for like plants that she can use for like teas and stuff for later. Just like any flower she can find, be it for brewing or not, she wants to pick those. And then like if she finds herbs, maybe like if she knows of some like sweet sap that she can use as like a sweetener and stuff like that, she's just gonna go investigate, go pick out some stuff.
Alright, as you do, give me a nature check.
Yeah, let's see.
Wait. No, give me a survival. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, man.
I'm so used to other games where, like, nature and survival are kind of bundled together.
8.
With a 12.
That's the first one.
Hold on. So, with a 12, you're gonna be able to find, like, some stuff for some teas and all that. Nothing truly, spectacular, but it will definitely improve the quality of, anything you feel like brewing.
Yay. What about flowers? Regular and for brewing. Did you find regular flowers?
You are able to find, plenty of flowers. A large part of the area is woods to the north, which are a bit a ways. It's mostly that there's unattended fields that you're basically going through. Again, a few of the farmers have taken off in the area, and while it's a bit of a walk, there's basically, things from their last harvest that they didn't finish, etc., etc., and things that just started growing naturally through it.
Okay.
As for Yuki-chan, so you to say you didn't want to play the ambush. As Kicho, you're going on a little walk, collecting yourself, exploring the area, as you end up stepping into a bit of a shrubbery. Yeah, these trees are really neat. Spectacular. Where is it? I know I've loaded you into this room. As, while exploring, one of the trees is looking a little gnarled, a little, scuffed up, as you end up stepping closer to it, and, its branches start lashing out at you. If, Ijo, you would like to give me a quick initiative roll? It startles the Kicho. As you prepare yourself to viciously eviscerate a tree. As with a 15 plus your initiative, you'll be going first. As this tree just seems to have a little bit of a twisted expression on it. As you prepare yourself and decide you are going to eviscerate this thing as viciously as possible. I take it those two are going to be for Relentless Assault, which will hit with a 13 plus 10. So roll your damage. As that is 15 on your first strike. You're going to go strike again with a 17, which will still hit. Please roll your damage. Right, sorry. As that'll be 12. Or wait, am I doing the math wrong? Hold on, because you did 5, then you get 5 from your base. Okay, just making sure I'm adding the modifiers right. My head mixed up for a moment there. As this thing is still currently standing. As you have rather viciously clawed the shit out of it with your blade. As for its turn, I believe it has to make the save. If it fails the save, it'll take the 4, or is it takes the 4 and then makes the save? Right. Yeah, it takes the 4 then makes the save. As it will fail the save. As, how do I put this? It's gone. Thank you, Kicho, as you murdered a tree. as you end up giving this thing some very quick slashes. And you put your sword away as the remaining damage from your cursed blade finishes it off. This tree leaking a lot of sap and something else that you're not quite sure of. If you'd like to give a nature check.
Oh yeah, I love this.
These are very valuable healing reagents. Definitely incredibly valuable to put in a potion or to sell in the market. As with how the thing's shaped, you basically are able to pull it into the cavity of it that seemed to have been a mouth that it was preparing to bite you with. But, well, it didn't last long enough to make the strike. As after a bit of exploring, you guys see Kijo come in with a chunk of tree.
What you got there?
Mimi, you would have been finished your collecting by now.
Yeah, but she wasn't coming back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course. As you see Kijo come in, Nyla's a very self-satisfied aura coming from her as she places down the tree as a mighty kill.
You brought firewood. Thank you. We'll
As
make
you-
good use of it.
As you get a closer look at the tree, you can see it's a horrible twisted expression that resembles very distinctly a face, and a pool of sap in what would resemble the mouth.
Kijo, what is this?
As Kijo gives a shrug. As, well, you know, Trin, would you like to give me an intelligence check?
Yeah. That is 6.
With your base intelligence of +1. With a 7. There is one thing you're sure about. You've heard of tree monsters. It's commonly believed that a certain forest in your island is literally full of them. And, while it is considered incredibly delicious, its sap is also known for being extremely poisonous.
Is this thing still alive in front of me?
No, it's dead.
Okay.
She basically brought you a severed tree head.
Well then, I don't think anyone's gonna mind if I just Roy Mustang snap and firebolt this thing, right?
As you observe it, another thought
Hey.
does cross your mind before you do that.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like to give me an Arcana check.
14.
+6, so on that 20. With that, you are also sure you can still firebolt it, of course. Given the type of blue mage you are, you could consume this. And potentially gain some magical benefits from it.
When you mean consume, you mean me specifically eat it?
Yes.
There's just the firebolt that appears in their hands as they're about to fucking whiff it, and they're like, and then just the ears just flick. Wait.
Oh, it's pretty neat, Kijo. What's this sap in here? Is it sap?
Poisonous.
You see Nas about to reach in, they just pulls his hand out. I see. What was that about being wait, what was that about being nostalgic, Kichu?
There are
Kijo gives
Plenty.
you a smile.
there are plenty of things like this in Doma in that forest I told you about.
I guess that makes sense.
As a blue mage, I could ascertain some sort of ability from this if I want to take the risk and consume it myself. All of you won't get anything out of this.
Just need to you mean just drink the raw poison sap?
I can try to explain. It's a risk for me too, you know, which is why I was thinking about it.
The simple version of explaining it is, because of the type of blue mage you are, consuming monsters to learn their abilities is a completely viable thing for you to do. And given this sap is more the core part of this monster than its bark, you can just drink it. And potentially learn its abilities.
But I could also potentially fucking die.
If
You know,
want,
if
I mean, we
you
could
didn't
just
have people around who could cure poison.
yeah, we could always wait for Mimi to get back too. If you want to consume it, I'm not against it. If we have a way to cure your poison, assuming it's curable.
I don't want to eat this, though.
Well, what do you think you could get out of a horrible
wouldn't-
tree monster?
I wouldn't know until I stuck this thing into in my mouth.
The price of power is never safe.
I'm gonna stab this with my knife.
You stab the tree with your knife?
Is there sap on my knife?
Yes.
I'm gonna lick it.
As you go to lick it, give me a con save.
I fail.
Go.
One.
Oh, alright then. As you will take a 2d8 poison. As you'll
You know
take...
that one gif of the dude being like, "I have put a poison on my blade," and then they lick it, and then they're like, "I shouldn't have licked it." And then
I
they
should have
just
done
pass.
that.
Yeah, that's what Trin does.
This
I
poison
don't know-
does not knock you unconscious. It does make you feel sick to your stomach, though.
Yeah.
As
Just-
by choosing to fail this, you will not be able to eat tomorrow. Your
Yep.
stomach cannot handle anything in it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you'll take that little bit of damage. And give me a... it is delicious. And give me a d20 roll.
Six.
As you feel a little bit of its aether flow into you, you would need to consume more to have any more tangible, actual benefits from it.
That's fucking stupid. Trin's just gonna keep stabbing it multiple times.
You alright, Trin?
As you go to consume it again, give me a d20 roll.
God, I keep going to the wrong table. Okay.
So many angles.
10.
Plus your constitution of 11. As you go to try to lick it and ingest it again, your body retches violently and you spit it back up.
Fucking.
As you guys basically see Trin, not full on throw up, but just spit up on the floor of Trin's body is not letting this into them willingly.
Maybe you should step away from the death sap.
Now I'm mad. bested me, and I don't like that.
Is this how all blue magic works?
Not all of it.
You
From what I remember of the little studying I did, there are some who are more talented to the point where they can get their understanding from just reading a book about a monster. That's enough detail. And most can do it from observing or experiencing their abilities.
I think Trin's experiencing something right now. Do you need to lie down?
I'm fine.
Maybe we should leave the sap off to the side for a little while. It's not like it's going anywhere.
They're just gonna stick the knife in it one more time, but before they pull it out, they just go like, bleh.
Okay, all right. Let's get her. Let's
Okay.
get that the poof noise.
Let's go get Trin up to a bed.
Yeah, just go. I'll move this somewhere. Weird plant head, tree head. I think it's a head. I don't know tree anatomy.
It's head shaped, and well, we'll delete this. But Kijo, in your inventory, you can write down. You have a bowl of poisonous sap. That's a good way to put it. A bowl.
A bowl.
You look over at Kijo, a grin on her face, almost like, despite this not being intended, it is certainly a satisfying resolution to this.
Yeah, it's really weird things going on here, isn't there?
As Mimi, you're not coming back, so what are you doing?
She's gonna find a place to sleep.
As you go looking around town,
No, outside.
as
Away from the town. Just somewhere, like, I don't know, vegetation, somewhere soft she can just put her
Alright.
mat on.
you start heading off into the woods,
Yeah.
and you'll make a little place for yourself to sleep for the night with your, given you have like a bedroll and you just unload that. As unless anybody wants to do anything else, you'll go to rest for the night.
I guess we'd keep. It's not as what Mimi fucking is, but I don't know what to do. So
You end up staying up into the night. You notice Mimi never showing up. At this point, it is well and dark out. As Kijo, if you're going to lick the stag, give me a Constitution. As you are able to stomach the sap, it is incredibly delicious. Super sweet. Amazing thing to put on a dessert. Though you are keenly aware, seeing Trin's reaction to it. If you eat too much of it, it will not end well. As there's almost as there is a disappointment on your face that the sap did in fact not poison you. As you guys all go to rest for the night. I'm going to take a quick minute. The cat stepped on my bladder and I need to go to the bathroom.
cat.
Kijo put that in, like, Nyla's food.
Oh, she's just keeping it because maybe Trin will try again. which sounds great. All of this was not part of the plan at all, but hey, sometimes amusing things happen.
Yeah.
Alright, sorry about that. I was not expecting the cat to step on me there. I thought she was gonna get comfy in my lap, and then she was like, nope, I'm gonna jump out of your lap. So, as you all go to rest for the night, day will come, as all of you notice distinctly at this point, Mimi is not around. As Trin, you wake up the next day, you can feel you still don't have an appetite.
They go full burrito mode.
Is there anything you guys would like to do before you leave?
Fine fucking Mimi.
Mimi is burning.
As Nihilus will go looking for Mimi. Sakura is definitely going to go looking for Mimi. Hammer will also volunteer to go looking for Mimi. Kija will corner Juliet. As Nihilus, are you going to take Boko with you to help search?
Of course. Boko. I can't find shit in the woods, but Boko.
As with
Boko is
advantage,
fast.
As you will look around with advantage.
Yeah. That's. Do I just roll?
Yep.
Not bad. Advantage, go. That was almost a 19.
With a 14 plus 4, it is early in the day as you will be searching around. The other two will be looking in other areas. Sakura checking the forest, Hammer going back to town to ask around. As you will come across a small potato sleeping in the brush. Kijo, you debate going off to help. Everybody else is already starting to make their way off and look around. So at this point, Nihilus, with Boko, you'll come across Mimi.
Yep. That just gets off the Boko. It's just like. Oh, there we go. Weird angle. Alright. He just like just gently nudges Mimi. Mimi.
Oh. What? Nihilus. Hi.
Hi.
What time is it?
The next morning.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, hi. I went out looking for some stuff and I got sleepy, so I decided to take a nap and I guess I fell asleep.
All worried when you didn't come back.
Nihilus, as she says that, you do see her bedroll laid out. This does not exactly look like I went to take a nap kind of activity.
I mean,
You always set up a little camp when you go take a nap.
I mean, the floor's really uncomfortable without the mat. What kind of nap I'll have without that? Right? Besides, we have the link rolls. You could have called me whenever.
I just didn't think I'd had to.
Well, you didn't really need to. Everything's fine here. Oh, look! I found all these different herbs. I can make them for potions, and I could make teas and stuff.
Well,
Mhm.
well, that's good. I'm
Yeah.
glad you found all these ingredients.
Mhm.
Just next time you go out, plant gathering, give a heads up, have a buddy, something. These woods aren't exactly the safest. Kijo got ambushed by a living tree and almost got eaten by it.
Oh, but I'm tiny. I can hide anywhere.
Yeah, you're bite-sized.
I mean, I could probably beat one up, right?
Maybe. Kijo is horrifyingly strong, so.
Hmm.
Also, apparently its sap is delicious. And poisonous?
Oh,
I don't know how Trin's still feeling. I hope she's feeling better. But,
right.
hey, you know, maybe you can make a tea for that.
Yeah. Is she awake?
Probably despite her wants, she's probably awake and suffering. I don't know how strong that poison is. But,
Okay. Yeah. Let's go back. Why didn't you call me when this happened?
it was very late last night, and honestly, knowing now, you probably were taking your, nap.
Hmm. Okay, let's go.
Alright. Come on, Boca. You're going. He gets on the link rail. Found Mimi, we're heading back.
As Kijo in the distance sneezes and feels offended for a reason she cannot fully comprehend. As you three heading back, the other two will not arrive right away. Kijo, you're able to see them, or at least Nihilus approaching from the field.
Boca was very fast. Even when they tried.
As you see a wave from Kijo.
Waves.
Well.
Well, man. Just gotta wait for us to get back and for some teas to be brewed, and then we can get back on the road. The shrine isn't too much farther.
Maybe gonna go check on Trin.
As all of you guys arrive back, you will go check on Trin. As you see Trin, if I understood correctly, burritoed in bed.
Yeah.
Trin. Can she cast Cure Poison?
Why, yes, you can.
Yay.
Specifically, it's lesser restoration.
Yeah, that's restoration, yeah.
It removes the poisoned effect and related poisons. No, at this point, all of you have link pearls.
Mhm.
Yeah, before you guys headed off, Kaze handed a link pearl for everyone.
Yeah.
But Trin, Mimi comes back in and cures you of your poison. You are feeling better and like you can eat.
Thanks. Sorry for the trouble.
No trouble. What happened? Like, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Do you wanna talk about it?
There isn't really much to talk about. I consumed the poison because I thought it'd help make me stronger, and it didn't. It's nothing much past that. I could have gotten over the poison in a couple of days. But either way, thank you for the trouble.
If you wanna try again, this time with me around, maybe we can make it not be as bad if it happens again?
No, I didn't really even want to do it anyway.
No.
It just would have seemed like a wasted opportunity if I did absolutely nothing. I think I'm fine not giving it another try.
sure you're okay?
I'm
You
perfectly
did
fine.
Have...
Everything's fine.
Hmm. You also had a really bad nightmare though, didn't you?
Of course I did. Anybody who wants to see Diabolos has to go through a nightmare.
Okay, well, if you need anything, just let me know.
I'll be sure to. Although again, I should be fine. Thank you.
I'm gonna make some tea now, if you want some.
I still want to give myself some time to completely recover. So
Okay.
I think I will pass.
Okay, I have a bunch of stuff so we can make all the teas you want later on.
Mm.
She's gonna go to Kato now.
As Rin, you'll go to rest a little more. Mimi, you'll be finding Kato out by the cart with Juliet, getting it all prepared and everything. As Kijo, you let out a little ping to let everybody know she's back as you hear from Hammer. Alright, we're on our way. Nobody died, right? Everything's fine?
Everything's fine.
Alright, awesome.
I love how he has to ask if someone died or not.
Listen, Nihilus was involved. We had to make sure. As Kijo, you're still getting used to the process. Thankfully, when you nod, nobody was directly observing you, so you are able to hide this moment of oblivious shame for none to ever see. Pinging out, it's fine. As they'll be back shortly. As, again, Mimi? You see Kato and Juliet getting the cart ready.
Look, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, sure, we're just getting the cart ready. Is it private? As he looks over, like, at you and then to Juliet, like...
I think it's about Trin.
Alright then. Juliet, we'll be right back. Okay, no rush. Just make a lady do all the work. As Kato will walk off a little bit with you.
Okay, so is she really okay?
What do you mean?
I don't know. She just looked really, I don't know, sad. Is that really just the potion, the like that thing they licked, or is the nightmares really like messing up with her?
I'm not sure. I've been still piecing things together myself with, my own head as he, gives the side of his, skull a tap. During all of that, she didn't seem that concerned about any, well, nightmares of their own. More concerned about, I saw.
What did you see?
That demon, I think you're all calling it. Yes, that demon, helped me remember most of what was going on. Not everything, but, why I'm here, why I know a Nuo, I kind of know Hades too, apparently.
What?
Yeah, apparently they were friends of mine?
What? What do you mean, friends?
Friends. I don't really remember all of the details. We grew up with each other, and, we ended up going on an adventure. I was more just, cheering them along. They're the two who did most of the heroics and, apparently became, well, in Hades' case at least, a god?
Wait, that was when they became a god?
I
How long was that?
don't really remember that part. It's still not all there, I remember the big things, if you get what I mean. The broad strokes.
So that's why you're so good with stuff, because you know them and you probably have like really cool powers like they do?
Sort of, kind of, Inuo, fixed me up. I, wasn't really strong or magical or anything like that, and I was pretty burned up back then. So, Inuo kind of gave me this as he, like, motions to himself.
Mimi is just staring like, what?
New body, and, it helps me do things, apparently. At least that's what I think, if I'm understanding it all right.
So your powers come from them?
Kind of, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Oh. You good?
I, oh, am still a little mixed up. But I mean, I'm remembering a lot more than before.
That's good, right?
Yeah,
Right?
I would have just been constantly wondering otherwise, right?
I mean, my memories aren't all that great, but I wouldn't give them up. So yeah,
I'm... Guess I feel like I kind of made them fight, and I felt, really bad about it. At the time, with the fairies, it seemed like not the worst idea to just forget a little, and then a little turned into a lot, and a lot turned into everything.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's back though. I guess that's fixes things.
Well, it's definitely more than it was before. Would you mind helping Juliet with the cart?
Yeah. Maybe you can go check on Trent, and I'll help Juliet.
Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, one thing. If you see they're sad, I'm going to teach you right now a healing spell that Uncle Dora taught us. He wasn't a healer, but he knew how to heal everyone the way others couldn't. At least not until he showed us.
Alright. As like, he'll squat down to be more on your level. He's observing you very carefully, like, I've got this.
Okay, so you go like this, and she's gonna like put both hands on like their sides of the face. And then you hug their face, and that's exactly what she's gonna do. She's gonna hug their face, like sort of like in a motherly kind of way, right?
Yep.
And have like their face like on their chest. And now, what you have to do, you have to tell the person to close their eyes and to listen to their heartbeat.
Theirs or
Usually-
mine?
They have to hear your heartbeat.
Okay.
So, like, you can hear mine, right?
Very tiny.
Yeah. Thought it was pretty big, so it was a really big heartbeat. But the idea is, well, whenever I'm sad or angry or anxious or just lonely or whatever, just hearing a heartbeat really relaxes you and makes you feel better. So if you think she may need the heartbeat, you can just do that. Just hug her face, and she'll let him go.
All right then.
That is like the best healing spell.
I've got you.
Hmm.
I'll give it a try if we need it.
Thumbs up.
You'll give it a thumbs up back. You'll ruffle your head.
Hmm.
And as you go to help Juliet with the cart, he'll head inside as he briefly sees Kijo engaging in her morning routine, working out, getting some exercise in. As Nihilus, you'll see Sakura and Hammer returning.
Hello, you two.
Everything go alright?
I was fine. She found Mimi went out, lost track of time finding plants. Sad.
Hmm.
No cursed trees, so that's good.
Yeah. Alright.
We'll be ready to get out of here soon. Ugh.
We can help get the cart ready.
Hmm.
As
Yeah.
we'll go to do that. As Trin, after a while, you hear a knock on the door.
There's initially no answer. They're used to never answering at the first couple knocks.
Some more knocks. Trin? Poison didn't get you, did it?
They're like still laying on the bed and their tail is just impatiently just tapping on the bed before they just kind of sit up and slouch. No, he didn't.
Okay, good. Can I come in?
Sure, if you want.
As Kato will come in, he'll close the door behind him. Are you okay? Mimi said you weren't feeling well.
It's just residual sickness from the poison. It's not a big deal. I told her not to worry about it.
You're sure?
Yes. Do I have any reason to lie, Carter?
There's a silence from him. I wouldn't know.
I'm fine. Even after her healing, it'll just take a bit. It's not perfect after all.
Well, if there's anything I can do, let me know. Mimi even showed me a new healing trick.
Did it just suddenly click to you?
No. She just showed it to me.
Guess I'll have to note
That down. They just plop back onto the bed, but they're avoiding eye contact.
No, it doesn't just. I guess you'll just require a click to learn even a new spell.
Maybe. I don't know how it'll be with me remembering more yet.
Are things starting to make a little bit more sense? It's been a couple days.
Kind of. It's not been that long. But, mostly I'm trying to make sense of the fuzzy edges of everything. I remember a lot, but it's very... still blurry, I guess is a good way to put it. Like, I can remember the two of them, but not their faces. I can remember doing something. I don't remember the details of it, though.
Well, it's like you said. We'll just figure out and find out the pieces. We won't need any more of Diabolus's help.
If, you think so.
At the end, it's really a matter of if you want him to try or not. If he even can. At that point, I hope you just know what you're getting yourself into.
Admittedly, unless we can't find a better way, I don't feel like it's very important. Well, I mean, I want to know. It's more... I don't think not knowing will cause the end of the world or anything.
I mean, we don't know that. The world, the fate of everything that we know and love can count on whether or not you can remember that one crucial little detail. Or not.
Well, until we know that, I just don't think I'm ready for another round of, arm in my head.
At least it didn't leave a mark. Would have been a shame if that's what blemished your perfect body.
Trying to think, at this point, nothing will leave a mark as he, absentmindedly, like, puts a hand on his forehead. Thank you again for that. I wouldn't have thought to ask him.
It's fine. If at any moment you had said you didn't want to, we wouldn't have had to. I still feel bad. But I'll get over it. It's completely fine. So, don't worry about me. I'm fine.
I mean, who knows how or what I would have had to do to remember otherwise. At least we know this works. Or worked.
Yeah. And again, maybe it'll be easier to trigger from other things. Sights and smells and tastes and whatnot.
And,
Maybe
well,
we don't have to ask him again.
yeah, I mean, again, I think I remember most of it at this point. It's just the, finer details are missing. Do you need a little more time? I think most of the others are just about ready to go.
I'll be there soon.
As Kato will start heading off, you guys will finish preparing the cart. Is there anything else you guys want to do before heading off?
She'll prepare some of the spells for today.
Yeah, that's a part of your morning routine. It's a thing everybody goes through.
Well, will be nothing.
As for you, Trin, you're waiting for a little bit as you hear from the sending stone.
Ears perk.
Trin, are you there?
Yes, Professor Eli?
I did some research. I feel like these answers are probably more worrying than anything.
We, learned a couple things about Kato a few nights ago as well.
From everything I looked into, I've never heard of somebody doing what he does. At least no person. When it comes to stories of monsters and such that can do these things, it's things called, well, mimics and, doppelgangers.
Yeah. That's what Kato is, for lack of a better description. He was given an artificial body a long time ago. He doesn't scar. If he's as old as he claims he is, he probably doesn't age. And physically, he seems to be at peak condition.
Well, that's not exactly what I meant.
Hmm?
What I was talking about were two kinds of, monsters. They pretend to be people. But, well, I've heard of magic like that, but it's extraordinarily old, more the idea of it more than being a thing people actually do.
Then what is he?
Assuming what you managed to discover is reliable, that would make him, well, a person in all respects. Just with a very curious being, or body. If you don't think that's reliable, I would suggest being careful. He may be a monster wearing person skin.
That might be something we just haven't quite figured out yet, Professor. I mean, there's still lots of things that have yet to be discovered. Maybe it's something completely new.
Maybe. Or, well, again, no magic of that kind I've only heard about in stories, and those stories would be obscenely old. Maybe. I'm not sure otherwise from at least the cursory research I did yesterday.
If we're to entertain the possibility that Kato is a monster in man's flesh, how would we even go about ascertaining that for certain?
Well, from what I understand, doppelgangers, well, unless the other person's already dead, resembles somebody else in the world. And
Well,
mimics are not really a person, even if they shape themselves like one. They don't have bones inside them or anything like that. Even if they could fake it, they're just fundamentally different inside, and well, doppelgangers aren't people or, well, a natural-born monster at all. They're more demons trying to infiltrate the world.
I saw the process, Professor Eli. Of course, when we consider the methods that we use to extract this information, it might not be reliable and just yield everything as inconclusive, but his body was created and made up with magic, and light poured into it.
There's a while before a reply. Assuming that's true, well, that's beyond anything any Imperial can do nowadays.
It
So,
was like giving him a second chance. Like revival, but transferring, I guess, a soul into a different vessel? It's going to be... None of it truly makes sense, Professor, but...
well, taking all that into account, that sounds nothing short of, well, godly magic. Something of the divine.
The names Aniro and Hades, do those sound familiar to you, Professor?
As, there's another silence. Let me give a roll. I feel I've heard the name from the far to the west for Anuo, and Hades, I'm very familiar with him. He's a god of the dead.
Yes. Apparently, Kato knew Hades and Aniro. If Aniro is also a god, that could explain how they were able to fashion a body and transfer his soul and consciousness to it. That's that divinity, you say, that is missing. Well, that could do it. But again, this is information that was locked away in his head, that we extracted forcibly using Diabolos.
Well, I'm not sure. That's definitely outside of anything, well, people in the Empire have written about. Besides a few collected stories from the more explorative of our people.
What do you think I should do, Professor?
If you think that's how it happened, that information is accurate, then I don't think there's a thing for you to worry about, really.
And if it's more in line to what you've found? And he is a monster?
Monsters can be varied. There are some that are perfectly friendly, though. My understanding of mimics is that they're carnivores and doppelgangers are, well, demons. I would be careful if either of those were true.
Hmm. If it is, he probably doesn't even know. Until now, at least. Can one be those things and not be aware of it? A doppelganger or a mimic?
Hypothetically, yes.
Hmm.
Though, they have certain needs that they would be fulfilling. Again, mimics can't stomach things that aren't meat or flesh. And most demons have a desperate need to collect the ethers of others.
She's legitimately trying to remember if she's ever seen Kato eat a vegetable.
I'm pretty sure you have.
Yeah, I was like
Carrot.
I was gonna ask about the carrots.
Yeah. Carrots.
My recollection leads me to believe that I don't think he's a mimic then. Since traveling with us, Kato has had his fair share of different kinds of foods and alcohols. Nihilus' spinach puffs, carrots. And as for what was that second one that demons do? Ether?
Yes, just basically the life essence of others.
Mm. How do they harvest that?
Well, mostly by slaying people.
Hmm. Can't say we've done a lot of slaying since we've been traveling together. Although he'll love to point out that he helped slay a dragon.
I thought I should just report these findings as soon as I could. I wasn't... Obviously, you are the one who's spent more time with him.
No, of course. But... And I do appreciate it, Professor Eli. I guess I'm just trying to truly narrow things down and come to a reasonable hypothesis and not jump to the first conclusion.
I'll
Proper analysis.
see if I can look more into these other things you've mentioned. I have the library at my disposal, so I'll put it to the best use I can.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Thank you, Professor, and sorry for being a burden once more.
You are hardly a burden, but take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
As with that, it'll go silent, as after a while you'll go to join the others.
Yep.
As it's going to take you guys roughly 2-3-ish, like the night of the third day kind of travel to get to Diablos's, because that's where you're still heading there, correct?
Mhm. Yep.
During those 3 days, was there anything in particular you guys wanted to do or talk with each other about? Or will I just roll and see if anything horrific happens?
Hmm. I guess I would give people more of a primer on what to expect when we go meet up with Diabolos. Demon, big, bat wings. Scary, but friendly enough, I guess. Should be, hopefully it's just in and out, fixing me up, and then we can skedaddle.
I'll give 3 rolls. Okay.
Jesus Christ, those are high numbers.
Given the path you guys are going on, it's rather smooth sailing, but right before you cross the river, heading the opposite direction of you are a few adventurers. They seem to have various outfits. One looks like a warrior. You have a white mage with them, etc., etc. As they during that time will try to flag you guys down, like, "Hey there!"
Nihilus will stop the cart and just wave him. Hey, how fare your travels, friends?
Oh, great. We're just going in to collect the reward from all our hard work, as they hold up some how do I put this? They have some goblin hats, but they seem to be a distinctly deep crimson color.
That feels like it's significant.
Wanna give me a roll?
Yeah, sure. Out there, I guess. 7.
With your history of +1, yeah, those are goblin hats.
Very nice. Where'd you get those?
Oh, we were adventuring, taking care of a small job. Around here, some red caps were causing some trouble, but not anymore.
What's that tavern, Jake? The Goblin Tavern?
All the way over here.
Oh, thank fucking God.
Yeah, the exact opposite direction of where you are.
Good, 'cause I'm not sure. Right. Red caps. Oh, good riddance. Nasty little things they are.
Well, while we're going to collect our reward, we were looking to get a little extra so we could take a longer vacation. If you're interested, we've got a little bit of treasure here.
He just looks at the others. Is this something we should consider? We're kind of on a thing here, but he shrugs.
So God, how much was in that pouch Kaze gave me?
100 gold.
Huzzah.
Add that on to your total. 160. If you want, we can show them to you, and you can just make your decision.
Yeah, sure. Perhaps new equipment isn't a horrible idea.
As they go fiddling around through their stuff, as they brandish 3 different items at you for a light offer. One are some very distinct, like, walnut-sized seeds. There's about 10 of them in total. Actually, no, it'd be 9. So, we didn't know what these were at first. Our resident white mage tried them out, saw what happened if she planted them, and we learned apparently they call them Vieira seeds.
Huh.
They're they kind of, how do I put this? They grow a tree, but it can like house a good 4 people and give them food for a week.
Huh. That's different.
It's basically, well, 9 tree houses in a pouch. I'd say 10, but you know. Otherwise, we found this as he takes out a rather macabre-looking red mask, just about as red as the caps. It's called a Hades mask.
Hades mask.
We didn't exactly understand what it did, but from, again, motions like back to the white mage who's just looking away, disinterested in the whole affair. Apparently it'll protect you from death.
Interesting.
And last one we've got is hold on, as he goes back to his own cart and hauls out a decently sized cauldron. From what I understand, it's called the Brewer's Delight. None of us are exactly chefs around here, but apparently it can make something you brew in it stay fresh, hot, and last a lot longer. And magic can do a little more, apparently. We're not all experts on this stuff.
I was just like looking over these, like,
If you guys want to try to like identify them or anything, you can take a little time for that.
Like, sure. You know, a little bit of time for perhaps some cool magic shit.
All right. They're like, so long as you don't use them. If you use it, you buy it. Just give me 3 intelligence rolls
From all of us.
from you, because you're the one looking them over. Unless anybody else wants to look them over.
All right. 3 intelligence rolls. Go.
Ijo, if you want to look, you can roll for the mask. For the first one, Nihilus, these are definitely seeds.
I figured.
For the second, you and Kijo are both looking over the mask as together you're able to ascertain this mask has basically been blessed by Hades, god of the dead, yada yada. If something would kill you or leave you dying, you will automatically pass any death saving throws or survive the blow, and then be left unconscious at 0 HP, and you will lose the mask.
Oh, it's a one-time deal.
It will protect you from anything that will kill you. And for the third one, you look it over. Reminiscent of the loot you guys found a little while ago, you need to be proficient with cooking utensils or a brewer's kit. When you cook something with it, it will keep a portion of it inside it magically, which you can then consume over the course of a week. Or you can weaponize it and throw it at somebody.
Are you telling me I can make soup bombs?
Not bombs, you kind of just basically overturn the pot, and it does a 15-foot cone, which will deal 4d6 plus proficiency acid damage on a DC 14 reflex save. If they succeed, they'll take half whatever you roll.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's basically a level 2 Burning Hands, but acid.
Yeah, also you can make shit in it. The mask is neat, but it breaks upon use, and it's only for one person. I like this cauldron. That's just me, though.
If you're all interested, we can part with it for, say, 500?
A little steep there.
For the mask, I'd say 300. If you want to bundle them, 700 for all of it. Well, the two of them.
Hmm. I'm thinking.
As you contemplate, Kicho immediately loses interest in the mask. As Nihilus?
I have 40 platinum, which means that's 400 gold.
Correct.
Right? Cool. Just thinking. How about
How about?
I'm thinking. I'm sorry. I'm thinking. I'm looking over my stuff. I'm thinking here. How about if I throw in 2 rare items of mine and we can lower it to 300 gold?
Have to unload those then for a little bit of profit. What you got?
He's gonna pull out this cold iron spear and a bomb core.
With those, I could lower it to 400.
About 350.
Give me a charisma.
Persuasion is not a 6, but 80.
Alright, 350 in those.
You have yourself a deal. You just I guess we shake on it.
Yep, they'll shake on it. They'll give you the cauldron. You'll take off the bomb core.
The cold iron spear. Yep. And now I gotta change. Yep. I changed my gold from 40 plat to I think 5 plat now.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we'll just put the Brewer's Delight onto your treasure over here. And again, I'll give you the full notes on it. Basically, if you cook something in it, it stays good for a week. Whatever it is, be it food or potion. And over the course of that week, if you want to weaponize it, you can take out the cauldron and just throw the contents at somebody. And basically, it'll be spent until you cook something in it again. In which case, that thing will last a week or be weaponized.
Awesome.
As they thank you for your time, they accept your equipment and start riding off.
Enjoy your little vacation.
Yeah, we'll be able to live it up for a few weeks, maybe even a whole month before we have to get back to work.
Ain't that the dream?
As all of you in the cart waiting for Nihilus come back to see him with a black cauldron.
And a funny mask.
As oh, you didn't trade for the mask.
I did?
No.
I guess I forgot about my bad.
No, because he was asking for 700 for both.
Oh, right.
And then he
That's
was
what
like,
it was. My
I'll
bad.
cut 100 off for those, and then you managed to squeeze an extra 50 out of that.
Mhm. Good news, everyone. Whatever is put in this pot lasts a week, or could be used as a weapon.
As Mimi, you look at this pot, it has a smiley face on it.
Oh, tears.
Also good for potion brewing. He like taps on it.
Oh,
Yeah, as the two of you look it over, both of you, Mimi and Nihilus, are confident the two of you could use it. As you two are looking over the pot, you feel a comforting pat on the back from Kijo.
Oh. Thanks. I tried that thing called haggling that Asphere mentioned. I think I did all right.
Well, I mean, it was better than nothing. As Juliet just like looks off, like I could have done better, maybe.
I mean, next time you handle negotiations with random adventurers.
No, no, no! I wouldn't want to step on our future Emperor's shoes at all.
Oh, it's a good practice then.
people usually just give me stuff, so I don't know how to do that either.
Hammer gives you a big grin. Juliet can't help but snicker a little. You even see like the faintest twitch from Sakura's lips. Okay, that's Eli still in the cart.
Yep. Well, this was a fun little distraction, but it's time to get back on the road. Yeah, maybe you can have it.
Wait, me?
Yeah.
I thought it was for stews and stuff.
It makes potions too. Drinks or stews or anything.
Yeah, I mean,
So, I
as
think
you're looking it over, you are absolutely sure you could brew a potion and leave it in there.
Good for a week.
Still have one to do. I think I have enough for one.
There you go.
Oh.
As over the days of travel, would you like to try and use it?
Yeah, she'll probably wait until like they stop for the night or whatever.
Yeah. Alright, so as you go to make the check, it will be your wisdom plus your proficiency. Give that d20 roll. As
Oh,
with that, hold
I
on.
add some of those herbs in there to make like the best flavored potion she can have.
You give it a little extra spice and flavor, as you will make one healing potion out of that. And with that, a portion of it, again, remains in the cauldron, and you're like, yeah, I could just drink it straight from this cauldron. As you basically made 2 doses.
Sick.
Hell yeah.
And to very quickly answer a question from the chat, yeah, I think it would be a tight fit. Mimi could get inside the cauldron. Not while there's anything else in it, though. As that aside, the rest of your guys' travels will go relatively fine. No attacks on the roads. Occasionally you'll go by some guards and they just wave at you.
Waves back and all.
You return to a manor that invokes many a delightful memory for 2 of you.
And maybe hammer a little bit. I don't know.
I'll deal with this in a moment.
Feels like yesterday we were here last, right, Trin?
Yeah, it feels like yesterday, and I stole her sock and a diary.
Still don't know why I still can't fathom why you stole the sock.
For Boko?
Oh, right. Right.
Yeah,
If you
she.
ever wanted to look for her for some reason, you had her sent.
Sock is a red. I guess it's the least worst thing you could have grabbed, actually. Yeah. You did good, Trin.
It was entertaining, at least for a time.
Can't believe you
Not
convinced
every
the.
day you can just pretend to be somebody else completely.
I can't believe the guards believed you actually over at Kate.
She made it too easy.
Right. I think we can remember how to get back to the shrine, right?
You remember the forest being filled with convoluted and esoteric passages that the Fae would stop you from going through.
Oh, I forgot about the Fae.
As you guys are looking around, you know town proper is over there.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few extra wagons about, as the town seems like a little busier than usual.
Hmm.
You also remember what she was trying to do.
Yeah. I know.
So if your goal is to find him, a possibility is that he might not be in the woods.
He's in the manor's basement. That's right. If she left, she must have finished.
As you guys are pulling in, the brief discussion over the sock incident, as Kijo is just looking off, confused, accepting that this is her lot in life now.
I think we'd reminisce the others about our escapades here in the manor, excluding the mage murders. Just the stupid bullshit we had to go through.
As you enlighten the rest of your team on what is transpired here in the past. As
Some exclusions.
As for you, Kijo, you're at least given the gist. As from here, do you want to try to go through the woods and through the Fae to the shrine, or do you want to head to the manor?
Now those things things really hard for a second. I think we need to go to the manor. And I'm going to cross my fingers that Kate managed to finish her project before she was called off. Big gamble there. Worst case, we have to deal with the Fae again. And I really don't want that.
Oh, but you love the Fae.
No. Exact opposite.
Oh shit, you're right.
Well, we've dealt with them several times already.
And I've hated every second. But if we have to, we have to.
Exactly.
Well, just in case, she's gonna give the 2 potions, one for Kijo, one for Tren.
Hey.
You only have the 1 potion. You're handing over the entire cauldron at that point.
I will carry the cauldron.
Little cauldron.
But who are you gonna give the potion to then, Trin or Kijo? Because you gave 1 to Sakura and then 1 to Nihilus from the other 2 you brewed.
Give it to Trin, just because Kijo seems to be not going to need that. Mimi believes they will never die.
As Trin, Mimi goes over to you and gives you a healing potion.
Hello. Store it in my storage. Here I go, storing it.
As it vanishes into your bushels of hair, never to be seen again.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been adorable. Either way, Trin would have got the potion. But as you guys are brought to the gate, the guards will go out and reach a hand out to stop you.
What time of day? What time of day is it again?
It's just about sundown. You guys got here right before dark.
Evening, boys. You miss us?
Oh, sorry, Master Nihilus. Didn't recognize you in the light. Should have recognized you by your chocobo as he looks over at Boko.
Boko is a very distinct individual.
Is there anything we can help you with tonight? The lady is away right now.
Oh, I'm aware. We've kept in touch. We just need to hunker down for the night, and wondering if we could be so bold as to ask if we may spend the night here.
As they
Wait.
think for a moment, and then they just like look back at each other. Of course, sir. She has given explicit orders that you are always welcome here with your companions.
She's very kind. Well, and so are all of you. I hope I hope time has treated you well since we were gone.
Unfortunately, her brother hasn't awakened, but that aside, things have been quiet around here. Besides, a strange band coming through, but they were led by a magistrate, so we didn't think much more of it.
Ah, I see. Are they still here?
If they're still here, I think they'd be at the tavern.
Well, yeah, if it's a magistrate, I'm sure it's fine. In any case, may we? He just motions to the gate.
As they open the gates, they let you and your whole cart in tonight. As they'll get Boko set up.
At Boko.
As when you guys go into the house proper, a butler walks up to you. For Kijo, Nihilus, Mimi, Sakura technically, but far less important. This butler glows with a malicious aura of darkness.
Phenomenal.
Good
Cool.
evening, esteemed guest. Is there anything I can get you this evening, or will I just be showing you to your rooms?
He just looks around. There is something that you might be able to help me with. Lady Hakei had mentioned to me there's something in the basement that would need my attention. Would you be so kind to show me the way there?
Just you, or are any of your companions coming?
He just looks around. Does anyone want to come with me?
As Kijo, you're gawking around the building. It's a very nice building. Certainly a much different style than you're used to, being from, Doma, with their far more Eastern aesthetic compared to the stone and wood of a hard carved Imperial manor.
Would you need me to come with you?
Everyone's free to come with me. Kato, Mimi, Hammer, Kyujo, Sakura. You know what? Everyone come with me. It'll be more hands the better it would be, I think. Or, do what you will.
Fine.
Well, I guess if we're all going. As, you'll follow this butler as they'll take you to a door and start taking you down a winding staircase.
Mm-hmm.
As you get brought down into the basement, where you see it's a pretty standard stock room.
Mm-hmm.
They move some stuff aside. They head toward the back of it. As you notice, the floorboards are just literally torn up, and below them is a stone staircase.
Huddle. And I also go down them.
As you are all led by the light of the butler, you are taken into a large room. It seems to have other passages leading off in various directions. But for right now, you basically just have this wide open room. As Butler turns around before disappearing into a puff of black, as that puff of black reforms into this.
Fancy outfit. I almost couldn't tell. Well, actually, I'm not sure I could tell. You bled darkness like crazy, though, I have to say.
Well, the lady suggested I be more subtle while walking around in her home. We wouldn't want to cause an incident with the little folk.
Everyone who hasn't met him yet, Lord Diabolos, bringer of nightmares and the anathema to Titania.
Kijo points at him. And hello, all of you. At least I'm familiar with some of you more than others. So, what can I help you with today?
Actually, as you mentioned before, I think I'm here to help you by helping me.
Ah, you want me to heal your wounded soul.
If that's how you want to word it, I'm fine with that.
Oh yes, my poor, pitiful emperor. I'm happy to help you. So long as you remember this favor.
I won't forget. I still know that one of my first things on the to-do list is to build you a temple. I've not forgotten our deals, Diabolos.
Ah, you're so generous. Well, if this is everything, and if all of you would kindly take a step back.
Whatever business my companions have with you, if they have any, it's up to them. After this.
As Kijo, it's a feigned surprise at the pure shock that you would be building a temple to a demon lord like this. As far in the back,
just shrugs.
Mimi, with you backing up, you feel Sakura put a hand on you from behind.
She will.
Oh no, she's actually.
She'll be like, huh?
Oh, okay. Sorry. When I see shock Pikachu, I assume feigned surprise. My mistake.
I just looks at Chijo, just shrugs. Just the things you definitely, the things we do. You know. This is going to be painful, isn't it?
Oh, excruciating. How come you?
Yes, yes.
As you step closer. Let's give me a Constitution save. Let's see how well you take this.
I'm gonna guess not terribly well. Yeah, fuck it. Let's put a little coin in this save. Well then.
With a 15, this is decidedly an unpleasant experience.
Cool.
As for all of you, you basically see Nihilus start to grow darker almost like it's his dark side taking over, but not quite, as it's getting drawn out of him and into Great Diabolos here, as he is practically drinking it and inhaling it. As, Nihilus?
Yep.
You're gonna get a point of exhaustion.
Just
Kijo starts
I lost my
engaging in
first.
some artistry as you feel this exhaustion take you. Your imbalance fixing itself. As for Kijo, Mimi, everybody, Nihilus has a bit more of a glow to him again. As for Diabolos over here,
now it just like falls to like a knee, just like
we're going to add another d6 onto his move.
Oh fuck. We just empowered his summon.
As he takes this way better than Kato did. Then again, maybe it's because he didn't plunge his arm inside of you.
I mean,
and
that
just
would have probably
started
been
rattling everything around.
Which, ow, oof, my bones.
As after a bit, again, panting and exhausted,
Uh,
you're not escaping Sakura.
You were right. I still wasn't ready. Oh.
You did better than I thought. You didn't even scream.
It was just as bad going out as it was going in. Whew.
But it certainly gave me something to be cheery about.
That's a Scion's darkness for you.
And I guess with that, I can deliver the bad news.
He just like slowly looks up. What? What bad news?
Well, if you'd taken much longer to get here, Kate was going to contact you herself, but in light of circumstances, there's been a bit of information from the gathering at the Capitol.
And just like pulls himself up. Oof. What happened? What do you... Oof.
It seems that two heads of the noble houses have been a little more duplicitous than believed. And apparently somebody has been going around killing potential imperial prospects, quite deliberately.
Oh, they started being open about their assassinations then.
Yes, which to my understanding is a crime.
It is. Murder, we just don't get to murder people.
And apparently, the one being accused is a certain Dark Knight.
I'm sorry.
As she described it, the prince arrived back home in quite the sorry state, thanks to apparently some things that happened at Ifrit Shrine. Finding himself assaulted quite brutally by one of his rivals, barely making it out alive. As he began to look into it, apparently there's a lot more who have suffered due to this Dark Knight.
Mateus is accusing me of assassination.
Yes. I'm glad you're catching on. I always worry that there's nothing going on up there.
Hey. Well, I don't think I need to tell anyone that's bullshit. I've been in the Republic for too long. I can't have killed anyone.
You say that, but apparently there is a Dark Knight they have acquired who has left her post and is confirming his claims. And these are being extended to suspicions of the entire household.
No, no. No, that's... Gee. I... Well then. Seems that I need to... I don't know. I don't know. He just kind of like turns to the others with a look of just like being lost. What am I supposed to do? The entire... They're all... Do I still go to the shrine? Do I still try? Do I go and kill Mateus? I don't know what to do. What?
I think if you try to kill Mateus,
Yeah, it's not. I'm just angry, Trin. I'm confused and angry and at a loss of what to do. This is just bad. This is bad. 'Cause now I've dragged the entirety of the house with me, didn't I?
the house?
The House of Darkness, the other Dark Knights. House Nocturne. They think now, because of Mateus, and thanks to me, I guess, running my mouth to an old friend, people think that I tried to actively assassinate the prince and others. No, they're all suspicious.
I wonder to what end, aside from getting rid of you from the running of Emperor. I guess that's all it really needs to be.
No. I wasn't ready for... How could I ever... I can't have anticipated this. I don't know. I don't know.
I would have thought that Mateus would have proceeded on to the next shrine.
He has. Or he just limped back after the beating we gave him to do all this instead, apparently. He's still using the body of the prince.
As you hear ringing through your head from Kijo. So it's a lie from on high, a means to squash opposition and solidify power. How very novel.
Yes, it's very novel, Kijo.
However, it does tell you something. As she gives you a firm look, her eyes narrowing. You're a threat. And now why might that be?
Because we nearly took him out back at Ifrit Shrine before he ran away. Because he knows I can take the throne. So now I'm a criminal. At least they think I am.
Perhaps, but it does appear as though you have allies, no? As you look over your friends here, and you consider, well, the giant lurking demon behind you.
Yeah, you're right. Here and in other places, not quite here. The real problem, I guess, will arise once we get to Ramu Shrine. We'll see how that transpires. Was there anything else, Diabolus? Was there anything?
I obviously wasn't there myself, but through our mutual friend, I was able to glean that, well, individual resembling a Dark Knight seems to be causing trouble in the region near Ramu's tower, killing adventurers, travelers, prospects, and apparently the sky goes dark as they approach.
He just turns back to everyone else. I'm not that scary, am I?
You want us to be honest with you?
Making Dark Knight a bit too literal.
I mean, I'm pretty sure someone can do that, but you're right, Trin is a bit over the top. And how dare you, Juliet? I think I'm the perfect amount of scared when I have to be.
I'm just saying, if I didn't know you couldn't, I'd believe it.
Thank you?
You're welcome.
Well then. If we could find this Dark Knight, maybe we could prove that I'm innocent. Especially if we can help Lord Ramu and his people. If anyone's vouch of innocence would carry more weight than any, it would be Lord Ramu's.
That is true. I'd give you my vouch of innocence, but I don't think, well, it would value mine as much.
Give it time. I value it, at the very least.
Oh, you're so thoughtful. As you hear in your head, question: trial by combat. Empire actually do that?
Oh, all the time. Usually to the death. You have big arenas, coliseums for that. It's a whole event.
Happens so often you've turned it into a sport. As there's a very keen interest from Kicho here.
It's basically a sport. Right. Still a little panicked. Apologies for that. Just wasn't ready for my name to be slandered before I even did anything of true import. Like getting all the blessings already. Certainly wasn't ready for an assassin to show up. Wasn't sure. No. Now that I feel like I'm back to my normal self, I think I can handle anything that this dark night can throw. Especially with all of us together.
So, plan is stay the course?
Well, he's killing people around Ramu's shrine. I have to go there anyhow. And hey, not being arrested at the front gate of the Empire's capital would be also good, right?
Yeah, that sounds... I would like to be able to go home as Juliet just looks away awkwardly.
You will. We're not barbarians. We still have rules against murder, so... Just gotta be able to prove it. Or at least have someone powerful enough to say that it's a false claim. Like a god. Or Lord Eli. Or both.
Well, for tonight, if I may make a humble suggestion as you feel a clawed hand on your shoulder.
Your suggestions are only ever humble, Lord Diabolos.
Getting a good night of sleep after that experience.
A good night of sleep, you say. He just looks at he just like glances over the others. I could use a rest, actually. If everyone else is... If no one else wants to converse or make any deals with Lord Diabolos down here, I suppose it's time to turn in, at least for me.
Oh, please. I would love to make more bargains. Anybody want to come forward? You, the one who broke into my nightmare. Next time you try to contact me, even if it is for merely curiosity's sake, I'll at least have the good will to answer you. I didn't realize you were with my favorites, as his eyes go over Nihilus and Trin. But please, eat, relax, enjoy everything her manor has to offer. As, unless anybody says anything, Diablos will turn into a puff of smoke. As you hear in your head, tell him I want a tour.
Miss Kijo would like a tour, it seems, Lord Diablo.
As he's half broken apart, like up to like his pecs is just gone in a plume of darkness. I didn't say anything.
He's so amicable.
As he'll bring himself into more personable form. As all of you guys start heading out from the darkness of the basement for this delightful experience. We'll be calling it a little early tonight with here. As next time, we can finish up on everything going on here, and you'll be reaching Ramu's Shrine next time.
The Assassin Lands.
as we'll send
Everyone
you
go.
guys off to the Goblin King, as he is, I
Huzzah.
think, approaching the end of Final Fantasy IX tonight.
Hey, good on.
As, again, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm sorry tonight was a little shorter. I'm starting to just feel a little blah, to be honest. But we'll see you guys on Tuesday for League, so thank you again, and we'll see you guys for this next week. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Boo boo.